In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to calculate total sales between months in Excel. We'll be working in Microsoft Excel, and the goal is to total sales that fall between a specific start month and end month. This is a very useful technique for monthly reporting, budgeting, and general sales analysis, especially when you want a quick answer without manually adding values one by one. In this example, we have a simple data set with two columns, one for date and one for sales. The sample dates run from January through June 2026, and the goal is to calculate the total sales from March through May 2026. There are a couple of ways to do this in Excel. You can use the SUMIFS function, which is usually the recommended option when you want a formula-based solution, or you can summarize your data with a pivot table if you prefer a report-style view. In this walkthrough, we're focusing on the SUMIFS method because it's fast, flexible, and easy to reuse. To begin, enter your start date in cell E2. For this example, type 3/1/2026. This tells Excel where the date range should begin. Next, enter your end date in cell F2. In this case, type 5/31/2026. That gives Excel the closing point for the range. So now we've defined the full period from the beginning of March through the end of May. After that, click the cell where you want the total to appear. This will be your result cell. Now enter the formula SUMIFS B2 B7 to A7 NE2 to A7 F2, then press enter. Here's what this formula is doing. The range B2 through B7 contains the sales amounts you want to add up. The range A2 through A7 contains the dates Excel will check. The formula applies two conditions. The date must be greater than or equal to the start date in E2, and it must also be less than or equal to the end date in F2. If both conditions are true, Excel includes that sales value in the total. Once you press enter, Excel returns the total sales between the selected start and end dates. A helpful tip is to make sure your date column is formatted as real dates, not text. If Excel doesn't recognize the dates correctly, the formula may not return the result you expect. It's also a good idea to include the full beginning and ending dates of the months you want to analyze, so your totals are accurate. That's how to calculate total sales between months in Excel using SUMIFS.